The story of Daphne, which fits in really well with Artemis stories, because Daphne was, of course, one of Artemis' 60 nymphs who lived with her in the wilds, in the mountains, and who hunted with her. And Daphne was the daughter of a river god, a river spirit. And she must have been very beautiful because two people fell in love with her. One was Apollo, the god of the sun, the twin brother of Artemis. The other was Leucippus. Now, Apollo, as far as we can tell, respected his sister and respected her desire not only to maintain her own chastity, but also the desire of the nymphs that attended her and lived with her to maintain their own virginity. Leucippus, however, was more cunning, more devious, and more desirous of lying with Daphne. He came up with a plan to seduce Daphne, to get close enough to her to be able to seduce her. But Apollo, who has all kinds of magical gifts like music, also very skilled at divination, and he discovered Leucippus' intention. So when the young man appeared on the mountains, dressed as a woman, and simply hunted with Artemis and her nymph attendants, Apollo knew that this was no maid, but was a man of dark intention. Apollo planted the idea in his sister's mind that after the hunt, everyone would bathe in the river. So, after a hard day's hunting, Artemis, Daphne, and all the rest of the nymphs simply took off their short hunting tunics and jumped into the river to bathe. Leucippus had only two choices here: to run or to take off his own tunic and expose himself as a man. So that was what he did. Underestimating the power of Artemis nymphs, for they were so outraged by his actions that they physically tore him apart. Apollo was quite pleased by this. Now he could seduce Daphne himself. But Daphne was firm in her resolve, and Daphne sought only to maintain her own virgin status. She ran. And as she did so, she cried out to her river godfather to help her, which he did. And as she ran from Apollo's embrace, she felt her feet grow roots down into the earth. She felt her body become a trunk. She felt her fingers grow twigs. And she became the first laurel tree, a tree which produces leaves, never produces fruit. Apollo wrapped his arms around the tree and wept, knowing that the tree was Daphne, his true love. But I hope respecting her decision, which is why the laurel tree is the symbol of Apollo. Symbol of victory as well, as in poet laureate, apparently. There we are. There are more stories of Artemis coming up. Hope to see you again soon. And please don't forget to subscribe.